All right, Coach, under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
.52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. I got you. Easy. You're all up, baby. Get this. You're all up. 61. Matchbox, right. Switch it. Get Sunday.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Well, he's going to take a shot right, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Tight dog.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he finds his man, Griffin. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Blue draw Corker. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the defense.
A handoff to Carey to start the drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey, Sam up.
On 1st down, Wooten. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 41-yard line.
Break. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Let's get the ball. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Go.
From the gun, Reinhardt. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Score! 5. Check Mike 55.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Check. Watch 54. I don't even know why this team showed up. Check 36.
Back to throw. Reinhardt. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on the first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Play it. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike's 5-2.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Rush in.
On 2nd and a couple. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
The score, Chiefs 14, Chargers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the
The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 7 yards there and a first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Hey, wahoo. Mike, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing on first down. Reinhardt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Keep giving up touchdowns.
Now the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score. Chiefs 21. Chargers nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Ready? To throw on second down. Reinhardt. On the completion, this is Carey. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Set, ready, 8, read. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the
On 3rd down, Carey, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 21-0 our score after 1.
Chiefs 21. Chargers nothing.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. Go. Check. Mike 54. Hey, Charlie. Yeah. Big grip.
Off the play fake. Reinhardt nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
60-or.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Chiefs 28, Chargers nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
You can't stop me. Check, 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 check.
X3, 218, chopper. 5.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Check safety, check safety.
Check 24, check 24.
To throw on 3rd down, Reinhardt. Going to throw right side here, complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Get that quarterback there. Any weapon.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
We own it. Say 57 colors. Yellow.
Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
15. Yellow. 45. Mike, 45.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 15.
I got him. That's me.
Hey, 57.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check 49. Check
43.
45, Mike, 45.
And again, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
But you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Mahomes now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 43, 15.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Yellow.
That's mine.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Everyone's got four down.
Check, attack.
Check 26. Check.
Mahomes to throw once more. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Alert 3. Check 4.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Yellow.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2.
Here I come again.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Ready up.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, let's get there.
Say go.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Ready, ready.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking on the midfield logo. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow.
55. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Hey, Ripley, Ripley.
55 is my guy. 55. Delta. That's the way. Mike 55. Mike 50.
Hey, yellow, hey, go gun, go gun, go gun.
Watch the pass. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Double tight. We got three. We got three, fellas. We got three. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone.
He's got Daylay, the 40. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 77 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it?
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Shift. Check. Watch the motion.
Hey, 43, 15. Right side.
Mahomes now to throw. Completes it to Hardman. 33 yards that time.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more.
45, Chargers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because...
Accelerating, and off he goes. 30. Touchdown, LA. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We got 4. Kill.
Attacking attack!
52, right 52. Here we go.
Attack!
Here we go. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Joker.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Reinhardt throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hines. Past the 20. 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
52's the mic. All day, every day, any day.
From the 27, Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big pickup of 38.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Bang, 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 bang. Alert flare,
And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
So we got man. Wide, get wide. Hey, watch this.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yellow.
52's the mic. Hey, watch the lane. Hey, switch gears.
15.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Jerry Tillery racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Yellow. Come back.
Check hot route. Hot.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Watch the eye.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Let's go. 5.
Operating from the gun, Reinhardt. And he's got his target. That's more. That'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
52's the mic. I'm coming after you.
Looking to throw. Reinhardt. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
From the gun, Reinhardt. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back up. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 89 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. This is Carey. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
18 Gator. Alpha.
They stay on the ground with Carey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And they have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st. Back to throw. Reinhardt. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Recon, 152 fighter.
They're going to run. It's Carey. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the